In this video, we will demonstrate how to prepare your QuickBooks Online file to extract data for filing your 1099 forms. We will go over the steps for setting up your vendors according to filing requirements, mapping your chart of accounts to the 1099 boxes, and analyzing information required for completing our 1099 worksheet. The first step when hiring any new vendor is to request a W-9 prior to your first payment. A W-9 form will provide you with the necessary information for filing 1099s, such as the legal name, entity type, and federal tax ID or social security number. Next, you must determine if you are required to file a 1099 for a vendor based on the type of entity and the type of service performed. Some examples of vendors that would be eligible to receive 1099s are individuals or sole proprietors, partnerships that are not treated as a corporation, vendors that provide services for you, rent payments, and contractor payments. Some examples of vendors that are excluded are payments made for insurance premiums or corporations. For more information on who is required to receive a 1099, please visit our client resources on our website. If you have determined that your vendor is eligible for a 1099, you can set them up to track payments for 1099 reporting in QuickBooks. First, go to Vendor Center. To do this, you can go to Expenses and then click Vendors. Select the vendor you want to track and then select Edit. Make sure you have entered the full legal name, company address, and tax ID number. Select and check the Track Contractor Payments for 1099s box. QuickBooks will now track the 1099 payments made to your vendor throughout the year so you are able to easily pull your data at year end. Next, you will want to map the chart of accounts to the type of services required for 1099s. In the Vendor Center, select Prepare 1099s. Review your company information, make sure it is accurate, and select Confirm Info and start filing. Select accounts used to pay contractors and vendors based on service type requirements. You will want to exclude any balance sheet type accounts such as bank and credit cards, fixed assets, and liability accounts. In this example, we will see payroll tax payable as an account marked eligible for 1099 filing. We will remove this as a balance sheet account. Go through the rest of the list and determine what form type and box the account should be reported on. For example, rent is reported on a 1099 miscellaneous form in box 1. For services provided such as marketing, contracted services, legal and professional, these will all be reported on the 1099 NEC form in box 1. Interest paid will be reported on Form 1099 INT. However, QuickBooks does not allow to map to a 1099 INT form since it does not support filing this type of form. You can select another type, but make sure when you complete the worksheet, you enter it on the 1099 INT tab. Interest payments made to banks, however, are not required to be filed. If you remove an account by mistake, you can click Select Accounts and add it back. Next, we will review the vendors marked for 1099 tracked for filing. If you are missing critical information for filing, such as the tax ID or address, it will indicate this in red. In this example, if you are missing information for the vendor CPAs Inc., select the pencil icon and ensure that the company name, EIN, and address are all entered. Insurance premiums are not required to be reported. In this example, workers' comp insurance company has been marked for 1099 tracking. We will omit selecting the box for filing. If you see that some vendors are missing from the list, it's possible you might not have marked the box for tracking. To view all vendors, select Not Tracked for 1099 and edit the vendor to mark the box for tracking. Other possible reasons could be that the vendor did not meet the payment requirements for the reporting year, such as the $600 threshold or payments that were made by credit card. If the payment to a vendor is linked to a credit card type account, QuickBooks will recognize that as an ineligible type of payment. Payments made by credit card to a vendor are not required for 1099 filing since the vendor's credit card merchant will file payments received on a 1099-K form. The next screen will show you a summary of the vendors and amounts to be reported. Click View Summary and you can use this information to fill out our 1099 worksheet. Be sure to do a final review to make sure you are not missing any critical vendors and that the amount of payments to the report looks complete and accurate. Make sure that all payment transactions are associated with a vendor. If you created transactions in QuickBooks and left the payee name blank, these will not show up on the report. Review your general ledger for any payments that do not have a vendor associated with the transaction and update the name. Common general ledger accounts to review are service type expenses such as rent, equipment rental, janitorial, repairs and maintenance, landscaping, outside services, professional, accounting, legal, sales commission, contract labor, machine hire, custom hire, miscellaneous, and other expenses. Make sure that you have entered all bank transactions for the reporting year and banks have been reconciled. Review your bank reconciliation for any old, outstanding, or duplicate payments. You will want to correct this before submitting for filing. Please visit our Client Resources section on the Gribble B. Coleman website to view our video on how to complete the 1099 worksheet for us to e-file. Thank you for watching.